Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Akiva and today we are playing Darkest Dungeon. Now if you haven't seen it yet, this game is a very difficult what they call an RNG. And it essentially means that it's randomly generated every time you go into the dungeon. But just to give you a little bit of the story, let's go ahead and watch the intro cinematic again real quick, for which I'll be silent for.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth, but we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
And that intro just goes to show you that this game has a rather large vocabulary and likes to show it off. But let's go ahead and jump in here. Go ahead and click on this particular letter, and we'll name this run our first foray. Okay. So I have played this a little bit just to make sure I could get the recording down, and that was an adventure in and of itself. But we're here now, riding along in our carriage.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
And here we are loading up the intro, or the first intro quest. As you saw, our wagon sort of broke down right there in the middle of the road. Map navigation is just simply clicking on the room you want to head towards. Just like that.
Brigands have run up these lanes.
And then it's going to talk about hallway movement. D for forward, A for backward, and W will interact with whatever is in front of you until you get into combat.
That all may hear of your arrival.
Now for that, you click on one of these, and then click on the enemy you want to attack.
The bigger the beast,
There we go.
greater the glory.
Easily dispatched. Interactive objects. Of course, you just walk up to them and hit W. What do we have in here? 200.
Unchecked.
Not bad.
There's much to be found in forgotten places.
Every little scrap of gold helps.
Ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
We'll go stunning blow on the big guy. Because hey, he was stunned. How did he? Oh, I guess I just missed him.
A powerful blow.
Oh, and he resisted the stun. Okay. But, blanket fire. As you can see, we have different types of attacks. We have the individual attacks,
Quickly the tide turns.
or the group attacks. Now, unfortunately, this guy is considered a large enemy, so he may not always be able to, for some group attacks, you may not necessarily be able to hit both of them. But fortunately, with my group shot, I can, but he keeps missing. Oh boy. Will you stop hitting my people? Okay, we're gonna go back to stunning blow with this guy. Keep with the group shot. Why? They just keep dodging, and I don't like it. 'Cause I don't get to dodge quite that often, although I just did get a dodge.
Press the
There we go, got one of them.
Give them no quarter.
There we go, got them.
Perhaps the turning point.
Okay. Now, make sure that anytime you're in a room, watch the background, because if there's a colored chest, you want to be able to, or you want to hit it. Yes, it's trapped, but that's okay. Now, you got to be careful though. Most traps are, or most chests are trapped. So there we go. Then at the end of each quest, you'll get this sort of screen. And if there's a mask here, it means that there's some sort of status change. And I'll show you where that's at. Hatred of the Unholy. A torn rotator cuff. That means his damage is down, but that's okay.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now,
Now,
and you are bound to them.
here we have the overarching goals for the game. And these are all the different enemies that we need to defeat here. Got an Apprentice Necromancer, Swine Prince, Wizened Hag, the Necromancer, Swine King, Hag, Necromancer Lord, Swine God, and Hag Witch. Then we have different roster goals. Our roster is this over here on the right hand side. And that's it as far as the caretaker goals go. Then you just have your activity log here, and it will show everything that you've done as you go on. So if you ever have any questions, just on a screen hit H, and it brings up the help for that particular thing.
Most will
Or that particular screen.
covered in the poisoned earth.
The graveyard, and as you can see, I haven't lost anyone, so it's empty at the moment. Won't be so much
Women,
later on.
men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear. Word is traveling. Ambition is stirring in distant cities. We can use this.
Okay, so since we can't visit any of the other buildings because they're all locked behind quests, let's go ahead and embark on our first quest.
A mecca of madness and morbidity.
We will
Your
put him
work
there.
begins.
He will go third. Put him second. And put her last. Now, if you're ever at a point where you want to check what your characters have, just right-click them. And here's where I was talking about their status effects and that sort of thing. Their permanent quirks, as they're called, will be listed here. Any temporary one will generally be listed as text in this black box here under their level. So he is a kleptomaniac, prone to stealing items, God-fearing, which means he will only pray for stress relief, and he has a torn rotator cuff. As long as we keep the light above 75%, then that means he's only down 5%, but he's up 10%, so he's up 5% with light above 75. Then hatred of the unholy, blah blah blah. Then over here we have the various attacks, and as you can see there are 3 attacks that can be unlocked. Then various camping skills, some of which can also be unlocked, and I'll show you those probably in another episode. Here is his resistances, and then as he levels up he'll gain certain class bonuses. Back on the left, second from the top, we have his base stats, and then at the bottom here, his equipment, which is all the level 1. So let us go ahead and close that, and we will jump into this short quest right here, and we'll provision.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold.
Now you'll need food because it will restore health, but after a certain amount of time in the dungeon, your characters will also get hungry. So we'll go ahead and grab 8 food. I'll grab a shovel just in case. I don't think I'll need it, but just in case. And I like having a lot of torches. And bandages in case they get bloody. And take on the bleed effect. So here we go. Now when you're going through here,
Must be driven back.
you only need
Place to begin.
one individual to
Noble line.
be able to bring out all of the gear and all that. However, if everyone dies, you will lose everything that you collected on that quest. So, let us move forward. And we'll go with Vestal. Okay. And he'll open the box. Nothing in the crate. Well, isn't this journey turning out to be... Oh, here we go. Some combat and a chest, which is probably going to blow up in my face, but that's okay. We will go with blinding gas here. Not that it will actually do anything more. Oh, it stunned them. Actually stunned them. Nice. Dazzling light for this guy in the front. He's got the shield. and the higher hit point. Let's see if my zealous accusations will do anything for him. Yeah, it did. Good, good. And this time we'll go with a Noxious Blast to try to outright kill them. Excellent. And it didn't kill him, but it did stun him, which is excellent. Let's see if I can use Zealous. Yes! That was an excellently done combat. Most excellent. Now it's an heirloom chest. Those generally are not trapped. A health stone. Plus 10 max HP, but it makes things more stressful. You know what? We're going to go ahead and give it to our tank here. There we go. And go onto the map. Move on to the next room. And that's pretty much the basics for the game. We'll do that. Oh, one thing I need to remember to do. Keep the torches up.
The promise of safety.
And we'll Noxious Blast these guys. Oh good, I blighted a spider. Oh, and it died because of said blight.
The turning point.
They're spiders, they probably don't care about my accusations. And Dazzling Light. How does a spider dodge light? And stab him to death. There we go.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Traps. I hate those.
Ancient traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
And nothing in here. And oh, we get a scouting. Now, every time you enter a room, there's a chance for certain characters to scout ahead. So this particular quest is complete 100% of room battles. So we could just go straight up here, and that should, unless there's one in here as well, complete the quest. But I really want to get these two treasures, so we'll go and do that.
The way is lit.
Okay, so
we require only the strength.
Alchemy table. I'm gonna go with Plague Doctor and see if maybe he has the intelligence to. Nope, accident occurs, and he's blighted. Well, oh, these things generally have unburned torches in them.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
There we go. And we'll move towards this room. Not really finding much in the chests and such themselves. Oh, here we go. Then combat.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Go ahead and hit all three of them if I can. And we'll hit guy number 2. There we go. Oh, good, it killed him.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Ooh, 12. That hurt. later on, actually we use judgment on this guy, but later on I'll show you guys the healing stuff. I'm not sure if we'll get to it in this episode or if it'll be necessary in this episode or not.
Creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Okay. Well, there's nothing in here. That sucked. But I suppose, you know, I shouldn't... See, here's the hunger that I was talking about earlier. Can't everybody eat?
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Okay, Plague Doctor, try again. Yes, there we go. And I got 750 gold. Excellent. Highwayman. Disarming traps. Of course.
Curious is the trap maker's art, his efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes. The way is lit, the path is clear.
Alright. I hate these cultists.
Death waits for the slightest
Great.
lapse in concentration.
Okay, so now the Plague Doctor has hit death's door, which means he's not dead yet, but he's close. So, I've got the Zealot in the front, so we'll use that, see if that helps. Okay, Eldritch Pull. Oh, I can't use Divine Grace up here. Really? Which means my Plague Doctor is now going to die. Well, I shouldn't say he's going to die, but it makes it more likely that he's going to die. Just so long as he does not take damage before I get a chance to heal him. Now, I did grab bandages, so there he is no longer bleeding.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Ah, good. Oh, good, 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 good. Now, heal him, and boom. And it doesn't matter how big of a hit he takes, it'll only take him to death's door. It's after he gets hit on death's door that he will actually die. And there we go. One more hit ought to take care of him. I don't know why I did that one, but hey, it worked.
Victories mount, so too will resistance.
And I was correct, it completed the quest. So, we'll go ahead and take a look at the suit of armor. And it buffed me. What did it do? Plus 10 dodge, plus 10 protect. Okay. You know what? We've only got one room left. We might as well go ahead and take a look. Plague Doctor, you better not mess it up this time. Yay! And we get some onyx. Let's actually move you back up front here. Slot 3. There we go. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, I brought a shovel too. Yay!
Even
Use the shovel.
Cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
And there's nothing. Okay, so we'll go ahead and exit the dungeon.
More bones return to
Completed quest.
Devils remanded to their abyss.
And I do believe that is where we will leave that off for today. We'll take a look at what our characters have managed to become. Amateur Armorsmith, minus 20% armor upgrade cost. Excellent. Calm. So for the first round, he is minus 15 damage. That's no bueno. Dud Hitter, health below 50%, and he has minus 3% on his critical chance. And Dark Temptation, prone to investigating the dark arts. Well, that's no good. Now, one thing that you may have noticed while we were going through, this down here, this bar right here, that's actually their stress levels. The higher, the more white squares are, the worse off they are. And the more prone they are to just going batshit insane. But we'll get more in depth into that next time. In the meantime, if you liked what you saw, hit that like button. If you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button and you'll be alerted as to when I post. And if for whatever reason YouTube isn't doing the alerts, like for some reason they've been having issues with lately, hit me up on Facebook or Twitter, the links of which are in the description. If you have anything you want to let me know about the game, leave a comment. And until next time, you guys kick back, relax, and enjoy your games.